In yesterday's workshop, as myself with a group of leaders started to talk about balancing empathy and assertiveness, having difficult conversations, holding someone accountable to performance expectations, communicating in conflict, a great question was asked. I said, what about when we need to do this up? Because I get it. Being able to do this more effectively, more efficiently with my peers and my direct reports, that's all coming together really well. What about when I have to do this upward, when my manager isn't meeting the expectations for me? How do I do that? And my response was the exact same way. We don't need to change how we describe the gap, how we use empathy to understand what the other person is experiencing and what's going on for them, how we assert what it is that we need, and then move toward finding a solution that hits as many criteria as possible. And one of the big standout moments from this session is a group of leaders understanding that, one, there's a little bit too much talking at the beginning of the conversation in asserting or telling the other person like what's going on, what I'm thinking, what it is that I need. There's too much talking, too much information, too many details. Francis Frey calls this, the flat triangle, where we're basically regurgitating everything that's in our head, and the other person is trying to absorb all of this. And it takes us a very long time to make the point. So we practice quite a bit on make the point, be clear, concise, and quick with making the point of what the issue is, what the expectation versus reality of what's happening, and the gap that exists in there. And then invite the other person in the conversation so you could start to hear what's going on from their perspective. And that's when we need to stay into empathy a lot longer. Meaning, make sure that the first thing they say isn't the only thing that they get to say, and then you fill in the rest of the picture with your own thoughts. That instead you continue to prompt, leave the microphone in their hands, and allow enough time, space, curiosity, questions to be explored so that you can see the full picture in their head. That allows us to more eloquently move forward to solution finding, because in essence, it helps the other person to really feel seen and heard in your presence. Seen, heard, accepted, understood, respected, all of these things that are necessary when we want someone else to be listening to what our needs are and to want to collaborate to find a solution that works for everyone, the win-win-win.